Hey guys, how we going? So today we're going to go over 10 different tips for starting an NDIS business in 2024. Now, if you're looking to start an NDIS business, I do have another video where we go through a 15-point checklist that is going to help you actually get ready to start providing services. But today we're actually going to focus on helping you get from point A to point B a little bit quicker and give you a few tips and tricks that is going to shorten that learning curve just a little bit. So my name's Greg Chadwick and I'm the founder of Chadwick Digital, and we're an NDIS marketing agency and website design. But I'm also the owner of Simply Stronger Supports, a disability organisation here on the Gold Coast. I've been in the disability sector for 17 years now, and I've been a digital marketer for 14 years. So I really help providers to develop their offer and start to put their offer in front of who their ideal customers are, and start to build trust through a number of different ways and programs and offers that we offer at Chadwick Digital. So without further ado, I want to jump straight into our first point. So if I just hit the back button here. So tip number one is to keep up to date with the NDIS review and the implementation. So if you're not aware, a few months ago, the NDIS they started a basically an independent review and interviewed a whole heap of people to really help make the NDIS better. So out of that review came 26 recommendations, 139 actions, and well, most probably are carried out over a 2 to 5 year span. We'll see what happens, which ones actually get approved and that sort of thing. So the review is carried out so that Australians can work towards a more unified system built on trust, do a better job of helping participants reach their goals and improve their experiences within the systems, and improve the financial stability of the NDIS system. So it's really built so that it's going to affect us in a positive manner. So don't stress out about it. But, I really want to encourage you to connect with a reliable source that can keep you up to date with these changes. Now, there's a bunch of different people doing it. The one that I've seen, which are really cool, they provide a really good service, and they're really the gold standard within the industry for compliance and documentation, registration, all that sort of stuff. If you're looking to get registered, or even if you're looking to be unregistered, is Provider Institute. So, Provider Institute has a really cheap plan. Actually, they have a whole bunch of plans, but they have a really cheap plan here, which includes a monthly compliance digest. So anything that comes out about this review, all that sort of stuff, they're going to keep you up to date so that you're well aware of any kind of changes coming. And there's also a watch read compliance update. So there's a whole bunch of updates that you're able to just basically follow along and have a look. And look, the other thing I've been able to work out with these guys is that if you really want to get access to this all access plan over here, I do have a $200 discount. If that's something that you'd be interested in, just leave me a comment below and let me know, and I'll shoot you over the code on how to get access to that. All right, so moving on to our next point. So within this industry, it's really important and it's crucial that we build trust and authority. And I want to encourage you to start building it now. And there's a whole heap of ways you can start to do this, whether it be through your website, through reciprocity. And really, trust and authority is super important in any niche. But if you start building it now, this sort of thing will compound, okay? So maybe for the first year, you don't have a lot of trust, but as you start to work with more and more, you start to have more conversations with people, start developing partnerships, you start building more trust over time. And where you are now will not be where you are next year or 2 years from now. You're going to have a lot more connections, especially if you set yourself some targets to go out and meet a certain amount of people per month and continue to move forward and build relationships within this industry, which is really, really crucial. So build your trust and authority and start it now, okay? Especially within your website, there's a heap of different ways that you can start building your trust and authority just through simple things like reviews, putting the right images up, having your proposition of value correct, making sure that your website talks within the NDIS framework, and so on. So for our second point, I want to encourage you to get rid of the help every every disability mindset. So you can't help everybody in this industry. Okay, there's a couple of reasons why. Number one, it's really, really unethical to think that you are able, especially starting out, that you're able to help every disability in this industry. Let's say, for example, you are working with, or you have a young man who's really good at working with community access, and they're doing a great job. They're getting out and about. They're getting their clients, happy. Those endorphins going off in their brains, and they're super happy with that sort of thing. Then you decide, someone offers you, a high complexity dementia patient, and you say, yeah, cool, I'm going to take that on, and you go and put this young man in with those high capacity dementia patients. That sort of thing is really unethical, because one, it's really unsafe for the person that is untrained to work with these sorts of high intensity clients, and it's really unsafe for the participants as well, because we're trying to improve their quality of life and that sort of thing, and that person has no idea how to do this. So when we're talking about really changing that mindset from I'm going to try and help everybody, we really want to look at starting to identify what niches or what demographics you're really good at helping, and start to become really, really good at that sort of stuff. So the better you get, and the longer you stick with that sort of thing, the better you're going to be able to get the participants' results. Now, the other thing is that it's a really terrible marketing strategy, because what it does is it throws you in the deep end. It throws you in with every other person that's offering trips to bowling, trips to the doctors, trips to all that sort of stuff, just going out and doing all these generic kind of supports. But if you're able to think outside the box a little bit and really focus on, hey, I'm gonna really understand autism, and I'm gonna really figure out how to get these people the best results possible, and I'm gonna develop some really cool programs, some unique programs, some irresistible programs that is going to service these people to their best ability. That sort of thing will take you out of the crowd of competition, and it's going to put you in front of support coordinators in a much better light, or whoever your referral partners are, or even participants, is going to really help you in the long run as well. And that's not to say that, hey, I feel like at this point I've really perfected that autism spectrum and really able to help these clients get a good result. Let's move on and see if we can't, help someone in a different niche, or maybe in a different demographic. Maybe you're focusing on young men with autism, and let's move on and let's focus on young women with autism now, because we think we've got a handle on this and we're really able to do that sort of stuff. So it's not to say you can't do this sort of stuff later, but right now, if you're starting out, you really have to be laser focused on solving the problems of people that that you're best equipped to help right now. And the other thing is, you become a jack of all trades and a master of none. So when you try and figure out every disability, if people are going to give you disabilities for a young man, for someone in their middle ages, to someone who's 45, you really don't become an expert at anything. You become a master of none. So moving on to our next point. And like I just mentioned briefly before, I want you to start thinking of being a problem solver. So focus on solving one problem at a time and becoming amazing at that before you move on to the next one. Okay, we too often are just going through the motions and supporting people with a disability, rather than having a look at what do they really need, what are their real goals, and what are their underlying needs and goals that we are able to actually provide a solution for. So I want you to start thinking about being a problem solver, because people in any niche, no matter what it is, they will pay for a solution. And if you do get solutions, you can also use that sort of stuff as case studies, as long as they permit that sort of thing for you. And you can say, look, we helped this person get from here to here, and we think that we can do that with you too, or we think that we are able to replicate this sort of thing. And this sort of stuff goes back to what I was talking about before, and it starts looking at building trust and authority. So all these sorts of elements are going to help you start building trust and authority within the NDIS and within your market. So, whether your market's small or located, in a small city or a big city, whatever that is, you start to build that authority up. And authority takes time. Okay. Now, for our next point, I want you to start building your foundations now. So start thinking about the long game. This is not a marathon. This is a marathon, and it's not a sprint. So you really have so much to learn. Right now, you're at the base starting point. You're now about to go on a journey, and I don't want you to rush this sort of stuff, because if you are building a foundation and you start cutting corners, you're going to see cracks eventually. So don't rush this sort of stuff. Make sure you do it properly and do it the right way, so that any kind of thing that's implemented by this review or by the findings and all that sort of stuff, you're able to move and deal with this sort of thing easily, because you've already set up a really solid base and a really good foundation, and you're able to support people on a long-term basis, because authority and trust, that takes a really long time to build, but it takes a second to lose it. Okay, so really important to start at the base with a good foundation, and understand that you have a journey to go on, and that you are going to learn quite a lot in this journey, and just be open to learning new things. So next thing I want you to do is stop comparing yourself to others. Okay, your journey is yours alone. People only show you or tell you their successes. They don't tell you what it took to actually get there. You might see people who they've gone and they've exploded over a certain period of time. They don't tell you their failures. They don't tell you what they had to go through and get there. The other thing is, don't compare. If you've got 2 or 3 clients this year, don't compare yourself and really put yourself down and say, oh, that person got 10 clients this year. What am I doing wrong? Okay. Rejoice in your successes and look to the future, so you can really start to build some momentum, and really education and knowledge is key. Moving to the next step. Maybe there's a piece of the puzzle that's missing from that 10 or 3-person participants to 10-person participants, or maybe they just got really lucky and they got a little bit of momentum from one sport coordinator or whatever it is. So don't compare yourself, because the other thing is, they might be in a different market, they might be in a different niche, they might be dealing with different clients. One client in this industry can often have $100,000 package, which is happy to come and work with you a lot, and another client might even have a $16,000 package. So don't compare yourself to see that when somebody says, oh, I got 10 clients, and you go, oh, I only got 3, because you don't know what's happening there. So people will only show the best of themselves. So just let's move on, but try not to compare yourself to others. It's that old Instagram thing. You go on Instagram, that people only post themselves in a great light. They never post themselves on their bad days. Okay. Okay, you don't know as much as you think you do. Now, I'm not trying to insult anybody, but often we get really confident, and we can start thinking that, hey, we really start to know a lot. But really, the quicker you come to the conclusion, the faster you will get to your goals. There is something to learn from everybody and every failure. Okay, so as long as you're open to continually learning, because you never stop learning. Even I've been in the industry for 17 years. I really love to learn, and I learn something off everybody. I learn something off everybody every day. I try to learn something. So you don't know as much as you think you do, but you can continue to grow from this. Okay, your offer is going to be the thing that moves the needle the most. Okay, no matter the amount of marketing, will help you, unless you have a really good offer. Okay, and if you have an amazing offer that solves the problem and puts it in front of your target audience, no sales or tactics will be necessary. Okay, if you have an outstanding offer, it all really comes back to your offer. Okay, and I go deeper into that in a whole heap of different videos. But if you don't have an offer, you got nothing to sell. Okay, so what is your pitch? You can't just say, look, I help people with a disability. Hey, I have capacity. I do SEAL. I do community access. It has to be greater than that. Okay, you need to start thinking about your offer. This is what I'm serving. This is what I'm solving, and I'm going to try and get people from point A to point B, that sort of thing. So, what is your offer, and what does it entail? I know that, and we know that we're all kind of capped by the NDIS price guide. I mean, that's fine. But if you have an amazing offer, I don't recommend going cheaper or anything like that. But an amazing offer. That is going to change somebody's life, that even you can show some case studies for later on once you start building some authority and that sort of stuff. It's really going to put you apart from your competition and make support coordinators stand up and listen, and make referral partners, OTs, these primary carers that you're really trying to connect to stand up and listen. Okay, so I want to encourage you to develop a 90-day plan. So myself, I start off with my BHAG at the beginning of each year. So my big, hairy, audacious goal. That's my 10-year goal. This is something that I don't know how I'm going to get there, but I really am excited about getting to that, because I know that I can achieve anything if I put my mind to it. Then we're going to break that down into a 1-year goal. So what is it that I want to achieve this year that is going to make me a success? So at the end of this year, I want the term success to be a part of my vocabulary. And now when we break it down into 90 days, I want you to list 10 goals that is really going to move the needle the most. Nothing tiny, nothing little. We're not trying to reward ourselves for small little goals. I want 10 goals that are definitely achievable and attainable, that is going to move your needle in the next 90 days, so that you can see the data from the last 90 days and then create your next 90-day plan. Some goals, for example, I just jotted a few down. Have 20 conversations. Pretty easy, but it is really going to help you with this sort of stuff. Get 20 genuine LinkedIn contacts. When we talk about LinkedIn, don't start connecting with every provider in the country. Look at the people that are in your area that can help you build a partnership, and you can start to work together with those sorts of people. So take a marketing course. Maybe you need some education on marketing, because we're coming in as support workers, and now we're all of a sudden entrepreneurs, and we're going to start looking at providing some marketing. Have a website designed by this guy to build a Facebook page, 10 pieces of content, get a bookkeeper, an accountant, all these sorts of things that you want to have that is going to make your life easier, so that maybe you can exit that part of your business. Maybe you don't want to do your accounting and bookkeeping anymore, and you want to make your life a little bit easier. So these are just 10 goals that are really going to move that needle. It's going to get you as far and as fast as possible. All right, so I want you to try and connect with professionals that take care of your weaknesses. So we can't do everything. Within this industry, there is a lot of moving components. We're coming in as support workers, and we're looking to be entrepreneurs, but then we have a lot of other things like compliance, accounting, HR, and employment, a whole heap of other stuff. So, this is going to drastically shorten your time. Website design, like me, outsourcing, business cards, whatever it is, look to the professionals that are able to create this sort of stuff at a really professional and a high quality rate, because it's that old adage, you either have time, money, or neither. So if you've got time, then yeah, maybe you're going to have to learn a few skills. If you got time and no money, you're going to have to learn a few skills. If you got money but no time, you're going to have to hire other people to do these sorts of jobs for you. But if you do go through all this sort of stuff and start from the ground up and learn a little bit about accounting and learn a bit about HR and all that sort of thing, it is going to help your foundations later on when you do start to hire and outsource these sorts of things. Now, I've got something that's going to actually save you time and money. So, this is my pitch. I have a Provider Accelerator Masterclass, and it's completely free, okay? It's a really great class. It's going to take you from, really coming into this industry and not really sure of where you're at, and it's going to take you leaps ahead, 6 months to a year ahead. So you're going to jump ahead of where people have been, for the last year, just twiddling their thumbs and really not understanding how this NDIS works, how to get clients, So really, we have a strong focus on looking at our offer, defining who our target audience is, narrowing that sort of stuff down, and then putting it in front of our target audience. So all that sort of stuff in like an hour and a half class. So it's completely free. If you'd like a copy of it, just leave a comment down below in the comments, or you can reach out to me, on Facebook, on YouTube. You can contact me on my email, Chadwick Digital. My name is Greg Chadwick, and I hope you found some value out of that. And if you did, please like, comment, and definitely subscribe, because I love giving value, and that's just I really appreciate your support in this sort of thing. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep providing supports to NDIS participants. And if you haven't gotten started yet, keep learning, keep growing, one problem at a time. And if you solve one problem at a time, I guarantee you that you will get there, and you never give up. So I appreciate you guys. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.